now and coach Gronster now and get some good work in. Shoot left, go out.
Yeah, I would say it's certainly harder on the coaches, and especially like ahead of time, like just getting all the logistics and getting payments and getting parent waiver forms, and then making sure you have all the equipment ready to go. But Jonesy over at Milford, told me they've been going to camp since like 02, 03, and it's great. They've gone to a couple different places. And then just talking to other friends, Coach Huff was a head coach at Goffstown at the time. But Hammond and a couple other guys are like, oh yeah, we go. Let's look for a fourth team. And we've been going to Robin Hood since 2018, summer of 18. And it was awesome. And in terms, you can't replicate the camaraderie, like just going away for a couple days as a whole team. And in terms of the camaraderie, we elect captains when we're up there. Just guys spending time together in the dorms in the downtime, playing poker, hanging out, whatever they're doing. You can't replicate that anywhere else. Like you could do as best you can, like during the day at school, but it's just not the same.
For me, I feel like it does help us improve skill, and it helps us improve our time in like a real game situation with the other teams that are there. But it's like it's like the Souhegan way, you know what I mean? Like it's like our program and the things that we do a little bit differently. I feel like Robin Hood is one of those things that makes Souhegan football. And like I said, just being able to spend a couple nights with the team and put ourselves in situations that not a lot of other teams get put themselves into, it definitely kind of gives us an upper hand there with bonding and relationships and everything. And I'm extremely happy that we get to go up there and do it every year. It's a great time.
When you're forced to live around your whole entire team, everybody like the bond is just strengthened like tenfold.
Sure, just team bonding and building those relationships. I feel like there's nothing like, it's so much fun just having a couple nights with your whole team. That does so much for us. I just the past 2 years I've done it, it's all like from before and after, it's crazy. Like the chemistry we build from it, the relationships in general we build from it. I think that's the most important thing we get out of it, for sure.
Such a bonding time. It really brings the team close together, and that social dynamic of having everybody like trust one another and be close with each other is really important in the long run. And I think it just really brings us all close together in this overall great experience.
I think it builds a community because we're all together for those 3 or 4 days. We're all playing together. We're all eating together. We have downtime together. Like it's just a time where we're all together. We're able to build connections with each other, build trust, and obviously trust is a huge thing on a team because you have to trust the guy next to you to do his job. They got to trust you to do your job. So I think having everyone together at a camp like that just helps with the community factor of it, and of course we're just focused on football the whole time. Everyone's playing football. Downtime, we're thinking of plays, talking with coaches still. Just everything's about football. So I think it's that great start to the season where everyone's just getting in that mindset.
Play some
That was fire.
something nice. I don't know what else is that. Get down with
You can do something you're just doing.
First time we actually hit. So right as we got off the bus, we're already in full pads, and we don't even go to our dorms yet. We just put down all our stuff in these bleachers next to the field, and we go right into board drill, which is pretty much we line up 2 pads, and there's not really an objective. You just kind of hit each other, and I feel like that's really, really good for our team because it's the first time we hit, and especially usually it's raining. So honestly, it's just kind of a character building.
Look at me! Now we can do dynamic practice. Oh yeah! Yes! Yeah! We get ready before dynamic. Dynamic! Yeah! Let's go, baby! Let's go!
It can be a pain in the butt for coaches, but knock on wood, we've had some great group of kids that don't give me gray hairs. Kids don't have to worry about doing anything stupid, and they've been great. But no, it's awesome. And kids every year, we going to Robin Hood, we going to Robin Hood, we going to Robin. I'm like yes, we're going. Fine, So it means a lot to them, and no, it's a great time.
Georgia and Ohio. Oh, that's fantastic.
How does he release DK? When he's running 36 or that off tackle or trap? He goes inside here like this. Now on like a full. Guys, are we running this full speed? Yeah. Do you want to see it to the other side? 90. Good. Do we need to walk it through on the other side? Or we okay?
There most definitely is a change, like physically and emotionally. We all go in there and we come out stronger with our knowledge of football and with our relationships. I feel like a lot of things that revolve in football is like 11 players on the field, and being able to trust everybody around you is extremely important. So being able to put ourselves in a situation where we can build our trust and build our connection with each other. I mean, it definitely, we go in and come out as a stronger team for sure.
Right after, it's like we're a family. After that, we're one. We're doing everything for each other. We do anything for each other after that, and like it built everything from. I think this whole week, like this is a really big week for the whole season. It's just like it builds a lot of our character and like a lot of our team bonding and relationships throughout the whole season.
Another thing that we do there is the seniors have to memorize all the freshmen's names, and that's just to integrate the freshmen into the system. And the last night we go around and coach randomly picks out a freshman and a senior, and the senior has to name the freshman, or else we don't even know. We don't dare to get it wrong. But we get on that bus as different people than when we get off that bus. That we are always looking to go forward, and I think that this camp really helps us with that, since you go there, you haven't hit yet, there's no contact before the camp, and you're at camp and you gotta get to see who are the hitters, who's really here to play. And I think that helps just everyone get in the mindset of it's football season, we're here to play.
You go, they get to swim in the lake after practices. We have meetings up there just like we do here. We have the walkthroughs, we have the practices, and then when we're up there on Saturday, we get the scrimmage, and it's great. And being able to scrimmage, with a couple teams there, it makes it a little bit more fun, a little bit more lively. I don't know, and it builds you some good character and grit, and
It's time, baby. It's time. Hey, Tom. When we get over there, right, grab your water, head over there, get on the other side that can work, okay? And then make sure you guys get a breakdown when you get to the other side. We'll get on the damn bus. Let's go. Yeah. Move it. Let's go.
Guys, it's really more like you're forcing them to play. And that when you're either going to really bounce it, or you have to turn it inside.
Let's go.
What was great for us is that we, on Saturday when we went on offense, we just kind of thought that we were just going to roll and get after it. You know, we got all these great players, yada, and then we kind of got punched in the mouth a little bit by Summersworth. You know, we didn't execute great. And you know, we kind of got into them a little bit, and that was perfect. So I think the biggest thing for us is that we can't just, like, we learned that you can't just show up and just think that you're just going to beat people. Why? Because your preseason rankings, or because you have all these guys back, whatever. So it just re-emphasized to block out the noise and put in the work. And you got to get after it. You're not going against bags anymore. You're going against someone else. So it was a good wake-up call for our guys, but I think they responded really well. Really well by the end of the day.
Definitely, we got off the bus pretty slow. Like, it was cold, early morning. Like, we were all kind of hurting from the days before, so it kind of took us a while to get juiced up. But then, once we got our momentum, we were kind of able to take off, and everything kind of flowed fluently after that. But the hardest part for us was getting off the bus, and then once everybody started getting warmed up and really playing like live football, everybody was able to just pick themselves up and just move on the next play and just play after play. Everybody was just getting better slowly. So definitely just got better as the day went through for the offense.
I think just for us, like, especially from last season, our expectations are so high with just like we think we should be able to score like every play. We should be having some, like, a good play every time, but then we realized, like, yeah, this is like our first scrimmage back since, and it started off slowly, of course. We make our mistakes, and then we realized just like it just takes some time, take some reps, more reps, understand, because there's new guys starting in the varsity offense that they haven't before, so it just takes some reps for them to get their nerves out, and then now we're going.
Let's go. That should free up you. You should squeeze that and make that play. Hey, listen, guys! Hey, Georgia! Black keys! 2, 3,
There's that time, like, right when you first get out there, that you have to, like, knock the rust off. You know, at least we were all flying to the ball every time, but just, like, going over those, like, assignments for the first time, like making sure you have your gap, making sure you're making the right reads, like that just comes with practice. So the more times we get it done, like, the better it'll be. So in the beginning, it might have been a little shaky, but then we picked it up and had a pretty good showing.
Great. I mean, it's always a little like disconcerting at first when people are kind of slow, just like off the bus, like I was saying. But it's definitely great when the energy gets up and people start making plays and people start getting juiced up and people want to get in there and want to do their part and they want to do just as good as they can to help everybody. So it was great to see everybody be able to pick themselves up, and that's definitely a great feeling for when the season comes around. Just knowing that the hardest part is getting off the bus. At least we know that when times get tough and we're in the third and fourth quarter, once we're rolling, and I think that's a really good feeling to have going into the next season.
That felt great. You know, Coach is really big about getting off the bus, is what he says, and I think that's probably our biggest challenge, is just like getting off the bus, like getting on the field and just getting ready, locking in, and once we do, I think that we excel so much more.
Robin Hood, it actually kind of seemed like our defense was the dominant side, especially the D-line, which is really, really nice when half the teams you're playing use the wing tee. So.
Check Sunday, check Sunday. Blackie, Blackie. Down. Check. Go, go. Watch the boot here, watch the boot. Hey, listen, says Georgia. Let's go, D. Hey. Great job, boys! Great job!
2 years ago, we scrimmaged Somersworth, and they kicked the crap out of us, and it was exactly what we needed. So I think we know what we're going to get from Somersworth moving forward in terms of, they run their straight T offense, they're physical, they're well coached, good group of kids, great group of coaches, and we know that they're going to get after us. So it's like perfect for us. So I think, it's just kind of like working through maybe some of those first couple play, nervous excitement, if you will, and really on defense, it's a little bit easier. You don't have to think as much. Just get lined up. What's your assignment? What's your stance? What's your alignment? What's your key? And just roll off the ball. So I think the first couple times, once you get in a groove too, once you kind of start feeling, all right, from this offense, I've seen trap and blast and maybe a play action pass, and then you kind of start getting in the feel once you've seen it a couple times live. So I think and then our kids were making plays. They were flying around the football. Our defensive line was solid, and guys were having a ton of fun.
Hey, great job holding inside. But what leverage do we need? We need right. Great job. Across the belly. Ball!
I think that a lot of teams tend to resemble the personality of their head coach at times. I know for me, I've just always tried to be energetic and enthusiastic on the football field, and coming from coaching in college, where every coach needs to be energetic and getting after it. So I think it's really, a lot of it is me, who I am personally and as a coach, and then just how I was taught in terms of in my coaching journey. But I think that that's the identity of our team, and we talk about all the time, if you're juiceless, you're useless, like a BYOJ, bring your own juice. So they can't always rely on me sometimes.
Whenever you're doing something and you look up and you see coach there, pumping us up, getting us going, it always helps, get the team going. If you're in a drill, you're going and just whistle, and then all of a sudden you hear coach whoa, let's go, baby. It just kind of gets us all fired up. And then you look around and everyone's fired up. So he's just always running around, getting us pumped up, helping wherever he can. It's just awesome.
Oh yeah, I think that's one of the things he does best is he's not telling you to do something. He's also leading by example. So in practice, if people aren't getting amped enough or people aren't hype enough, he'll do competition. We call it competition, where we'll do a board drill, or two people will lay on their stomachs and you'll try to slap the arms out from under them. He kind of leads by example.
Coach Buckhead has an extremely high motor. He's always juiced up, always happy to be there, always kind of picking guys up off the ground if we're coming off slow, which is definitely great. I mean, I'd much rather have a coach like that than a coach that is kind of slow and sluggish. I mean, it's great, kind of almost, our team is almost looking up towards him in a way. So we have a lot of guys that are high energy. I think they do take that after Coach Belcat because they see what the high energy can do and the benefits that it has. So we don't just have a coach that brings that to the table. Definitely overall helps our team.
Of course, coaches are going to be like paying attention to their teams and locked in, but I think Coach Robin just brings that intensity that much more than a couple other coaches, and it's really inspiring to us as players just to like know that he's got our backs and like he's here and he's always locked in and riled up, and it's awesome. We feed off each other's energy.
To be the same guy every day in terms on the field, but I think that football is like these kids get pulled in a bunch of different directions. We've got to coach today's student athlete different than we have in the past. So like we've talked about, you got to have music at practice. You have to make it competitive. You have to make it fun. You have to let them kind of, but they're working really hard, but they're having fun doing it at the same time. And the energy is just right there. So I think that, they have to have fun at practice. And, if you're going to be, football's already a hard enough game as it is, you might as well have fun while you're doing it. So we want our guys to, celebrate team success and be excited when great things happen, as they should be. Like, come on out here and get after it. So I think it probably starts with me, right, in terms of setting the tone. But now we're at a point where the players already know, and they just do it now.
Helps a ton. If the sideline's like hyped up and hyping us up, we like want to put on a show for them. Like we want to be out there doing our job so that they can keep like hyping us up. We can feed off of that, use that as like momentum, kind of get the other team like, whoa, well, these guys are ready to roll. And I think it just gives us that little edge to like keep going and just do as best as we can.
It's just an expectation we hold ourselves to every practice, every game, all the time. We got to keep the intensity up, and as coach says, we got to bring the juice.
I mean, I was down at the other den helping out with the JVs, and I'm trying to wonder what's going on, especially just hearing our guys get riled up and like all juiced up and stuff, like that gets me hype, and that means something's going good, and that just that brings me brings me some type of happiness that like something's going good over there and like we're having a good time, and seeing my guys all juiced up. So it was cool. And then once I was able to like not coach as much and then just get on the sideline, like I was watching what we were doing and like seeing how we're going, and we were getting all fired up because we were doing really good things. And then looking at film, I see why.
Very good at what they do. And their line actually gets off the ball. Hey, straight now! Middle! Hey, that was good. That was good work. You got him. It's all right. You got him. Go. Yes, Reardon! Yes, Reardon! Let's go! Yes! Shake it up! What's up, Cap? Thank you, Saber. I'm not doing it. Thank you, Souhegan. Nice work, Souhegan.
We accomplished most things. I think the biggest thing was kind of integrating the freshmen into the team. Because the seniors and the freshmen roomed together, we kind of all got close with the freshmen and kind of developed like a bond with them. And they also kind of learned like the culture a little more.
When we got out of there, it was definitely a different team. The first practice back, it felt like we were all like closer together. Everyone was hooting and hollering. Like the dynamic just got way up. We were hitting now, so everyone was kind of pumped for that too. But like I feel like the team as a whole, like everyone knows each other now like pretty well. So it's now more like a community, and like we're all together.
Yeah, definitely cleaned up a lot of the plays that we had installed pre-Robin Hood, and then we worked out the kinks and everything when we did that live scrimmages against those other teams like Goffstown, and it worked out really well.
Yeah, most definitely. I feel like we bonded like extremely well. Like all grade levels. The new guys, the freshmen, were with us, and the seniors for our cabin. So we were kind of forced to be together. But it's always fun to be able to meet them and kind of figure out how they work and their personalities, and kind of figure out how we can click with them. And together, like we inputted some new stuff, and we kind of cleaned up a lot of stuff, which is good as well. We definitely are a little bit more polished up than we were before. And I'd say we're like definitely a few steps ahead than we were in the original.
You feel like it's going pretty well. At the end, the last night, the seniors emphatically were like, this is the best camp that we've had in terms of coming together as a team, getting closer with the freshmen, bringing them along in terms of team culture, and guys just responding really well to what we do. And that was great to hear as a coach, right? Every year, there was one year that was tough, right? We had some issues that we had to work through. But really the last couple of years, the kids have been awesome. They understand that it's a privilege to go up there, and we're playing against a couple great physical football teams and who've got historical success. And that makes it